What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it greatly. Today we're going down to California in the golden hills of Cali. And we're going to head down to the Roaring Camp Mining Co. Pick up a bag of dirt from them. A little bit about Roaring Camp is they are an active mine out of Northern California. Off the McCollum River, I believe. Probably pronounced it wrong. Sorry, anybody who's offended by that. McCollum, M-O-K-E-L-U-M-N-E. Anyways, in the box here we got a little pamphlet. Roaring Gold tells you all about their spot. It's a family recreation camp, so you can camp there. They have tent spots. They have cabins that you can rent out. But the big deal there is that it's a working gold mine. Mining camp with some access to some pay dirt for you. So if you go and stay there, they have a common pile, I believe, that you can work with everybody, and everybody splits the gold at the end of the week. Or you can, if you do a week long, I think you can buy a pile of dirt that you exclusively get to go through. But you can stay there, a couple $100, get a big ass pile of dirt, and just have a great time. So you should definitely check them out. I know I'm kind of giving an endorsement early in the video, but I've already gone through some of their dirt in the past, and I was extremely satisfied with it. And so I'm pretty confident that we're going to be happy with what we go through here today. But roaringcampgold.com up there in Northern California is where our dirt's coming from today. In the little mailer, what we got here is the probably about 3 pounds or so of dry pay dirt. Really rusty reddish brown, so that's going to be fun. It's going to be heavy on the clay. Just so we know exactly what we're working with, let's go ahead and weigh it out. The packaging is solid, nice thick bag. Probably could have used a little bit more protection, but it's packed so well in there and in the box that it really wasn't going to move around too much. I'm not really too worried about that. But let's see how much dirt we actually wound up with here. And just a hair over 3 pounds. Let me zoom in so you can see that. About 3 pounds on the solid scale. And so that's what we're going to be going through here today. So stay tuned. We're going to cut this right here, bust out the classifiers, get ready to sift it all out. And then we're going to run us some dirt. Hang around. All right, now we're ready to rock. We got our classifier, we got our 2 tubs, and we got our dirt. Now, let's peel this baby open. They do seal it with some packing tape. Make sure that strip doesn't fly open on you. I'm not a big fan of the tape across, but it works. It keeps it all in. It's just when you're wearing gloves, shit likes to stick to your gloves. That's not so much of a big deal, but if you don't get the packing tape off of there, your dirt could stick to it. So you just want to make sure you get that off of there before you start pouring your dirt out. Your dirt and your gold could get stuck to it. All right. Opening the package. Oh man, I take it back. This is not actually dry at all. This is all wet. This is some really wet dirt. So it might change how we have to go about doing our classification a little bit, but that does explain how it weighs so heavy. It's just a lot of really wet, heavy clay. So it's going to be messy, but let's do it. We're going to, as old Jeff Williams would say, you're going to get wet. And I think we're going to get wet today. So I need something to pour. Oops, drop that. Some water going through here. Oh man, this is going to be tough. Because it's just all really, really clay-like. I'm going to have to fight this stuff to get it going. Alright, well, this is probably going to take some time, so I'm definitely going to speed this along. Listen to some tunes for a couple minutes, and we'll cut through a little bit. And we'll be back when all of this is all sorted out. I just want to show you guys real quickly. This is the chocolate milk that we're left with after classifying that wet. I'm going to pour all this shit out because, yeah, reasons. Be right back. Whew, man, we're back. So we just went through all that and had to clean up the space a little bit because this place looked like a freaking war zone. Gave you a little sneak peek of the chocolate milk that I was dealing with, and man, that was we'll use the term fun here, but I'm sure y'all can read between the lines. But anyways, here was what we got. So let me show you what we wound up with out of that bag. So first off is our plus 1/4 inch. Not a whole lot. No big chunkies of gold or anything in there. Do see a lot of mica flakes still floating around that probably got stuck. I may wind up crushing some of this stuff to see if there's anything additional smaller pieces in there, but we'll just run it through. I think these will go through just fine. So we'll still run it through the sluice. Going up to the plus 10, this is what we're looking at there. So just about up to the bottom, well, just about the bottom riffle there. Not a whole lot of stuff in here. Not seeing any big nuggets. Any nuggets yet. Maybe. No. But we'll see here in a minute. Next up, we're looking at the plus 20. About the same amount of dirt there as was in the plus 10. Just under, or just a little bit above the bottom riffle. So that's what we're looking at there. I'm pretty sure I saw some pieces of gold in here earlier. So we'll see what winds up popping up once we're done going through it. Next up is our plus 40. And in here, there's just so much mica. This is a panning nightmare. So between black sands and mica, man, I'm not sure which I hate more. Because mica just likes to hang around and float everywhere and get your hopes up. And then, of course, in the minus 40, this whole pan just looks golden because it's just shiny with mica in there as well. Tiny, tiny pieces. But hopefully we'll find some gold in there. So that's what we're working with. I can try running the magnet through it, see what's going to come up. It's California dirt, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be some decent amount of mags in there. So I'm not really, I mean, it's kind of hard to pull magnetics out of wet dirt, but there's a little example of what's in there. Not too much, actually. Even for wet, that's not too bad. So anyways, we'll get this loose fired up here. This dirt's already wet, so kick back. We're going to see what kind of gold we can get. All right. Sluice is ready to go. Cameras are good to go. Dirt's ready to rock. Let's do this. Let's see what we got. There's my shovel. So we're going to start with the plus 10. Big rocks. Get those done and through quickly so we can move on to where our gold's probably hanging out. All right. So, as always, I'm going to speed this part along. Maybe run it silent for a bit. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. A lot of people say they like hearing the sluice. I'm going to run that for a minute, and I'm going to shut up, and then I'm going to speed things along and give you guys some tunes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up here because there is a lot of dirt to go through. Hang back and relax. All right, let's get you a little sneaky peek. See what we're in store for. How these cons clean up. Nice little layer of heavies, magnetics, some blondes, and of course that beautiful gold. Yeah, baby. All right, so I'm gonna clean this up. We'll get it dried up and ready to weigh. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Woo-wee. All right, so we got this gold all dried up and ready to weigh out. Now remember, this is from Roaring Camp Mining Co. out of Pine Grove, California in Amador County. www.roaringcampgold.com. Now this is the sampler, Dirt of the Month sampler pack, not their super small sampler pack. They have one size bag below this one. Then there's this one, and this one I believe was 25. Then from there they have the big Dirt of the Month, which you can get a one-time sampler or just sign up for the monthly bag. So either way, let's pour this out and see what we wound up with, what our 25 bucks got us. Oh man, seriously? All right, let's turn that back on. Let's start this over. All right, how about that? That was a challenge, man. Let's talk about the dirt, and then we'll go over ROI. The dirt was good. It was wet when it got here. Not super wet, but it was wet, and I really don't like that. I think, although the way that this dirt is, if it was dry, it would probably have just been a brick. So it's really clay, really heavy clay dirt. So kind of just is what it is. But I think they throw a little bit extra in there just to make sure it does weigh well for you. Either which way, on the site, I don't think they give you a specific weight anyways. So not a big deal. But because we did get our gold, got our dirt, had a good time. The dirt itself was quite a bit of a challenge. Classifying it is really important because there's a lot of little clay chunks in there, and you really want to spend the time to make sure you're breaking all of that up, so you don't just have something roll out of the sluice. You're going to want to go through it a couple of times slowly because there's a lot of mica in there, and you know, with mica sometimes you can mistake it for some shiny. So you just want to take your time and go through it. With the Roaring Camp dirt, and this is not a knock on the dirt itself, because I'm not going to fault them for the natural product that they're selling. It's really super clay filled, so that means your water is going to get just milkshaked, or chocolate milk. So just understand and expect that you're going to have some dirty ass water when you're done, and you're going to need to swap out your water, most definitely, if you don't do that already. So I mean, I try to recycle my water as much as I can. After Roaring Camp, forget it, ain't gonna happen. So what you may do is pre-rinse your dirt. I usually don't do that with most dirts, but this stuff has so much in there that it may be worth it to throw it in a flower pot type thing where you can rinse out a lot of the light dust, and help break things up a little bit better. But there was a fair amount of black sands. Not a fair amount. There's a decent amount. There's a small amount that was totally dealable. Not a big deal. Didn't get in the way. Anytime that I felt like it was, I just took the small magnet stick and just popped it out of there. So that wasn't a big challenge at all. Not like some of the dirt from up north and here. But 0.311 is a fairly decent take for a $25 bag of dirt. You know, the shipping will kind of hurt you on these, so I would say if you're gonna get an order from Roaring Camp, don't just get like one little bag, because shipping's gonna be pretty harsh on you. But what I would say is, you know, get yourself a big bag, get yourself a big bag of it to make the shipping worth it. Maybe get a couple of them, and any accessories stuff, pick that up at the same time so they can ship it all in the same bucket or same box, just to kind of minimize that shipping cost. But even then, I mean, it's not too bad. I don't factor in shipping because I know that goes to the postman, and this was like $7 shipping on top of the $25, so it is what it is. But $25, 0.311 grams of gold. So what is that, like 18 bucks? You know, we'll as always, we will have the official ROIs in 18 and now 24 karat as well, right here for you. And we'll go over exactly how much of the cash came back, but I'm gonna estimate it was, so you figure I got about 18 bucks back, $25 pay. What's that, like 70%, 75%? Again, the official ROI, you saw that. That'll tell you for sure. It was decent, really decent. I really dug the dirt. It's a challenge, that's for sure. So, like I say, just be ready to go through. Take your time on it. Don't rush through, because if you do, you're going to lose your gold. You really take some time to break up the little clay balls to make sure that it's releasing that gold. Classify it wet if you have to. And I recommend doing that just because that'll help break things up anyways. But outside of the classification, it ran really quick. It ran pretty clean once I got a lot of that dirt and dust off of there. And I had a good time going through it. So I definitely would say go for it with the Roaring Camp. Get a bigger bag if you venture into. If you're in the area or planning a trip over to California in the Central Valley, I would say even just stop by up there. You know, go to their shops, maybe pick up some dirt firsthand and bring it home that way. Stay for a week, dig through, find yourself some gold, have a great time. I hear they have a steak cookout at the end of the week on the weekend. So it sounds like it's a freaking awesome time out there. So I definitely recommend checking that out. Contact them for more details. Check out their website, www.roaringcampgold.com. This is absolutely a good bag, I say. It's natural, and it really felt that way. Didn't feel seeded or faked. And I had a really good time going through it, and I think everybody else would as well. I would not recommend this to a beginner, because it is a lot of work. And if you don't go about it the right way, you're going to lose some gold. But if you've done some panning and you understand how to work your dirt and get it all broke up the right way to get your gold out of it, then by all means, pick it up, have a great time. Outside of that, I just want to thank everybody for stopping by today, and thank you for subscribing and tuning in all these times, and I much appreciate it. If you want to get some backyard swag, check me out on Teespring, teespring.com, backyard swag, whatever. Here's the link. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I do have monthly giveaway raffles on that as well. We just had one a few days ago. So if you get in now, you'll be in for June's raffle. $5 a month, it's not a whole lot, and I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you either which way, but the donations will definitely help to keep things going here and help get the wife off my back from always buying all this dirt. Yeah, other than that, man, thank you all for joining in. Now that we're able to get back out to the rivers, I hope to see some of y'all out there. I just spent a little time out today, didn't find anything, but me and the boy went out and had a damn good time, so that's what it's really all about. But yeah, tune in next time for our next Paydirt review of some Paydirt that I found on the internet. And until then, if I don't see you on the river, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace.